Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Component State Management in flutterflow, a comprehensive guide. Flutterflow offers powerful state management capabilities within components, allowing you to build dynamic and interactive user interfaces. Component state is ideal for managing data that's specific to a single component and doesn't need to be shared across the entire application. This tutorial will delve into component state management in flutterflow, covering its purpose, how to use it effectively, and providing practical code examples. What is component state? Component state refers to data held within a flutterflow component that can change during the component's life cycle. These changes trigger a rebuild of the component's user interface, making it interactive and responsive to user actions. Think of it as a component's internal memory, holding information like the current tab selection in a tab bar, whether a checkbox is checked or unchecked, the text entered in a text field, the current image URL being displayed, the visibility of a container, show hide. Component state is different from app state. App state is designed to hold data that's relevant across multiple pages and components in your application. Component state, in contrast, is isolated and only accessible within the component where it's defined. Why use component state? Encapsulation. Component state promotes modularity and encapsulation. Data related to a specific UI element is contained within that element, making your code more organized and easier to maintain. Performance. Updates to component state only trigger rebuilds of that specific component, improving performance compared to updating the entire page based on app state changes. Simplicity. For localized data management, component state is often simpler to implement and manage than app state. You don't need to worry about complex global state management solutions. Reusability. A component with its own state can be easily reused in different parts of your application without affecting the app's global state or other components. How to use component state in flutterflow. Flutterflow makes component state management intuitive through its visual editor. Here's a step-by-step guide. 1. Select the component. Open your flutterflow project and navigate to the component you want to modify. 2. Access the component properties panel. With the component selected, look on the right-hand side of the screen for the component properties panel. This panel contains the settings and features specific to the component. 3. Create a new component state variable. In the component properties panel, find the component parameters section. Click the plus add parameter button. This will open a dialog box where you can define your new state variable. Parameter name. Give your state variable a descriptive name, example is favorite, search text, current tab index. Use camel case for naming conventions. Parameter type. Select the appropriate data type for your state variable, example boolean, string, integer, double, document reference, color, date time, etc. Choose the type that best represents the data you'll be storing. Is controller, keep this unchecked. Controller parameters are how you pass in values to the component from outside. We're creating internal state within the component. Is list, check this if you need to store multiple values of a given type, e.g. a list of strings, list of integers, etc. Default variable value, optional you can set an initial value for your state variable. For example, if isFavorite is a boolean, you might set the default value to false. If it is a string, you might set it to an empty string. For using the component state variable in the UI *. Now, you can bind your component state variable to properties of UI elements within the component. Asterisk select the UI element you want to modify. For example, you might select a container to control its visibility, or a text widget to display the value of the state variable. Asterisk in the UI Elements Properties panel, find the property you want to bind, example the visible property of a container or the text property of a text widget. Asterisk click the Set From Variable button, often a small X icon, next to the property. Asterisk a menu will appear showing available data sources. Choose Component State. Asterisk select the state variable you created earlier. 5. Updating the component state variable asterisk. Asterisk the key to making component state dynamic is the ability to update its value based on user interactions or other events. Asterisk use actions in flutterflow to update component state variables. Actions are triggered by events like button clicks, page loads, or data updates. Asterisk example asterisk. Asterisk select a button within your component. Asterisk go to the Actions tab in the Properties panel. Asterisk click plus Add Action. Asterisk choose State Updates. Asterisk select the Update Component State action. Asterisk select the component state variable you want to update. Asterisk set the new value for the state variable. This value can be a fixed value, a formula, or based on data from other widgets or variables. For example, you can use a formula like, is favorite to toggle a Boolean value. Example, a simple toggle button with component state. Let's create a simple toggle button component that changes its background color when clicked. 1. Create a new component asterisk in flutterflow, click the plus button in the component panel to create a new component. Name it toggle button. 2. Add a container asterisk drag a container widget onto the component's canvas. 3. Add a text widget asterisk drag a text widget inside the container. Set the text to something like toggle me. 4. Create component state variable asterisk. Asterisk select the toggle button component, click in empty space to ensure the component is selected and not one of the widgets inside it. Asterisk in the component properties panel, add a new component state variable. Asterisk name asterisk is toggled. Asterisk type asterisk Boolean. Asterisk default value asterisk false. 5. Bind container background color to component state asterisk. Asterisk select the container widget. Asterisk in the properties panel, find the fill color property. Asterisk click set from variable. Asterisk choose component state dash is toggled. Asterisk now, select conditional value. You can define what the color should be when is toggled is true and when it's false. For example, asterisk true asterisk colors dot green. Asterisk false asterisk colors dot red. 6. Add an action to toggle the state asterisk. Asterisk select the container widget. Asterisk go to the Actions tab. Asterisk click plus Add Action. Asterisk choose State Updates. Asterisk select Update Component State. Asterisk select the is toggled variable. Asterisk under New Value, choose Set to. Then, type, is toggled in the expression editor. This inverts the current value of is toggled, true becomes false, and false becomes true. Now, drag the toggle button component onto a page. When you click the container, the background color will change between red and green, demonstrating that the component state is being updated and the UI is responding. Code example, generated Flutter code. Here's an example of what the generated Flutter code for the toggle button component might look like, slightly simplified for clarity. Explanation of the code asterisk. Asterisk underscore is toggled asterisk. This is the component state variable, a Boolean that determines the background color. It's declared within the underscore toggle button state class. Asterisk set state, asterisk this is the crucial part. Calling set state tells Flutter that the state of the widget has changed, and it needs to rebuild the widget to reflect the new state. Inside the set state callback, we toggle the value of underscore is toggled. Asterisk underscore is toggled. Colors.green, colors.red asterisk asterisk this is a ternary operator used to conditionally set the background color of the container based on the value of underscore is toggled. Advanced scenarios and tips. Asterisk passing data to components, component parameters. While this tutorial focuses on internal state management, flutterflow also supports input parameters. You can define controller parameters that allow you to pass data into a component from its parent page or component. This is how you make components configurable. For example, the toggle button could have a button text parameter to allow you to set the text of the button from outside the component. Remember to keep isController checked when adding a component parameter if you intend to pass in a value from a parent page or component. Asterisk working with lists asterisk use component state to manage lists of data. You can add, remove, and update items in the list using actions. For instance, you could have a component that displays a list of tasks. The component would store the task list in its state. You can then use actions to add new tasks, mark tasks as complete, or delete tasks. Asterisk combining component and app state asterisk in more complex applications, you'll likely need to combine component state with app state. Use component state for localized data that's specific to a component, and app state for data that needs to be shared across the entire application. Use custom actions to bridge the gap, for example by updating app state when a component's state changes. Asterisk debugging component state asterisk flutterflow's debugger can help you inspect the values of component state variables at runtime. Use the debugger to verify that your state updates are working as expected. Asterisk avoid overusing state asterisk while component state is useful, avoid using it excessively. If data needs to be shared across multiple components or pages, consider using app state instead. Overusing component state can make your application harder to manage. Asterisk complex logic with custom functions asterisk if your state updates require complex logic, consider using custom functions. Custom functions allow you to write Dart code that can perform calculations and return values to update the component state. Asterisk listen to data updates asterisk you can trigger state updates based on changes to data from Firestore or other data sources. Use the listen action to monitor data changes and update component state accordingly. Conclusion. Component state management in flutterflow is a powerful tool for building interactive and dynamic user interfaces. By understanding how to create, use, and update component state variables, you can create reusable and maintainable components that enhance the user experience of your flutterflow applications. Remember to choose the right state management solution for your needs, using component state for localized data and app state for global data. Experiment with the examples and advanced techniques described in this tutorial to master component state management in flutterflow and build amazing apps.